What's up, everybody? So today is the second video of the Groundwork series that I'm doing for y'all. I'm so excited to do this. I've been wanting to do a video series for a while, and I think Groundwork is just a good place to start. And I hope you've watched the first one and the tool video for the things that you will need to help make this more successful for you and your horse. I hope you've been practicing the hindquarter yielding from the first video for a week now, and you will get to see some good content today. I did not get to make the video in the round pen because we got a whole lot of rain, so it's basically a pond right now. But I did get to cover everything, and you will get to see my stud horse have a temper tantrum about today's lesson, and I cannot wait to show you guys how to deal with some of that stuff. So let's get started.
So real quick, I want to make sure I cover the 3 steps on how to get your horse to go. You're going to point, wave your stick, and then tap on the neck. Now right here is our tantrum. But this is how you teach your horse. Point. I'm just showing you the stick. Alright, so you are going to point in the direction you want to go. Wave your stick 1, 2, 3. And then if they don't go, you're just going to tap. But now right here is his tantrum. And I barely touched him. This horse knows what to do. He's been doing this since he was 6 months old. He just decided he was going to try to be macho and pull me around. So I'm going to just work him in a C pattern right here, back and forth. I will do a video on this later. I just wanted to get his feet moving and get his mind back on me because he's bouncing around, being fresh. And I just wanted to get his mind focused back on working and listening to me. So, just going to work him around here. And then the rest of this video is you would just see me correcting him and trying to get him to straighten up. But every time I go to send him off, I will do steps 1 through 3. Point, wave the stick, tap the neck if he doesn't go. And always make sure you rub your horse to calm them down about the stick, the same as you did in the first exercise, because you don't want them to be super reactive. You just want them to respect it, not fear it. So here we go, moving around. So let your horse go around you. And then yield. Decent. Good boy. Back him up just a little because he's trying to step into my space. Rub them with the stick. Rub them on their forehead. Point. Wave. And he got a little ahead of me. He saw me point. Eventually they will just go when you point. But you point, you wave, and then you tap. And if they don't go, you just tap a little harder. Now if they run sideways, follow them. Do not try to stop them. Just don't increase the pressure. Just follow them. And get them to go forward at least a couple of steps. Try to do at least 1 or 2 circles if you can in one direction, and then yield them and let them stand there and think about it. Horses learn from the release of pressure, not from the pressure itself. If your horse is really sensitive, teach one side one day and then teach the other side the next day. However, if your horse handles pressure really well, then you can teach both sides in one day. You just have to know your horse and make your mind up for yourself. Don't try to do this exercise if you only have 10 or 15 minutes. This is not a 10 or 15 minute teachable. This horse already knows. Send back the other way. I'm just reiterating this stuff with him. But if you're teaching this to your horse for the first time, make sure you have at least, I would say 45 minutes. Especially if you have a sensitive horse, to have enough time to be able to calm them down. So here we go. I was going to stop the video, but I saw that I had some more battery. So I kept going. And I'm going to keep going right here. Now you are going to get to see his second little temper tantrum. Because he goes right back into rubbernecking. And my patience gets thin. Not because he's not necessarily catching on quick. One, he really kind of knows what I want. But for two, because of the way he decides to try to be defiant. And you'll get to see it in slow-mo here in a minute. So right there, I just whacked him a little bit saying, I want your butt moving around. I want you to be straight. I want you to line up with me and give me 2 eyes and all of your attention. And I just try a few different things with him just to try to get him to understand that this is exactly what I want. I want you to be straight. Now you can watch right here. Step. His front end. Step. Step. So I'm just going to whack his shoulder to say that's not what I want your shoulder to do. I want your shoulder to stop moving. And right there, I double checked him. He did what I want. I rub him. And I'm going to send him off the other way. And I'm just going to yield him again. Needless to say, this horse can flex like nobody's business. This horse can bend his head around. And honestly, this is going to be good for us on multiple levels because he does this a little bit around the barrels. He wants to rubberneck a little bit and overbend. So getting his mind to grasp a different concept. So right there, I just bumped him a little bit just to try something different to see if I could get him. Because I don't just like whacking on a horse. And especially him, sometimes if you badger him about it, he gets less cooperative. So I only get real firm with him when I have to. So I get an idea that maybe if I get him to start yielding and then backing, it might get him to straighten up. So I try that a couple of times. But I want you to remember real quick what I said about keeping your hand up in the last video when you're yielding, because I'm going to make the mistake here in a minute and not have my hand up, and that's what's going to lead us kind of into the temper tantrum, because I left the door open for him to be in my space like that. So, back him up. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's getting the idea a little bit. But lo and behold, and rubbing your horse, if with any horse, sensitive or lazy, either one, you need to make sure you rub them with the stick the same as you do when you were teaching them to yield their hindquarters, just to let them know they don't have to be afraid of it every time you bring it out. So right here, nope, that's not it. I gave him another little whack just to see if I could just get him to grasp it. Because he's still just he's just kind of nonchalant, not being serious about doing it right. I think right here is where, yep, where's my hand? My hand's down. And he's rubbernecking. And so I try him again, and right there he tried to bite me. So I whacked him on the neck, not in the face. I bumped the halter, and I whacked him on the butt. Watch this. Watch real carefully. I go straight back to the hindquarters. I don't hang on the nip. I go back to what I want. Right here. He tries to nip. I whack the neck, bump the nose, and then whack the butt. To say your butt is what got you in trouble because you didn't put it where it's supposed to be. Do not hang up on the mess up. Go back to what you're wanting. See right there? He straightened up. I drop my string to let him know I'm really getting serious now. And it gives you a little bit extra reach, but you don't have to have the string. Yield, yield, there it was. He's starting to get straighter because he's realizing that I am serious and starting to grasp that I'm talking to his hind end. So right there, he almost kept going, but then he's like, no. He's thought about it himself, and he fixed it,
And that was the third time in a row where he was decently straight. So I'm just going to throw this string over him and call it quits. You want to get 1% better every time. Just 1%. So that's it for video number 2. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope I didn't ramble too much. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can follow me on Instagram. It is uf_performance_horses, and go hit that follow button, and you can feel free to DM me on there. I will answer any questions that you guys have. And I am going to make a video about how to properly slide your hand down when you are doing this exercise. And if you're fumbling with your hands, hopefully I can clear that up for you. And if you're having any specific issues and you feel like you just can't get your horse to do it right, feel free to send me a video and I will give you some tips and hopefully help you guys out. And I can't wait to make this next video for you guys. It's going to be super fun. Make sure you practice this for a whole week so that you are ready when video number 3 comes out. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one.